Christopher Beast here, and in today's video, we are going to be covering the Great Radiation Storm. Now, before I really start, this is probably something you all at least thought of or have figured out yourself. And I'm not here to come here and say, I'm first, I figured this out. No, I'm here to make sure that those of us who don't know this already know it. And second of all, those of us who have doubts or really need more evidence of it are really positive of it. The reason I have to do this is because future theories I have in the works right now that are in the script writing phase definitely rely on this to a degree. And I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. The Great Radiation Storm basically suggests that following the nuclear apocalypse, a radiation storm swept over Norway and killed everybody. It's not that complicated. It's pretty simple, actually. The first supporting piece of evidence to state that this actually happened is obviously the radiation storms in Vigor. We see this type of event occurring every match and sweeping over an area and wiping people out. And by this chance of people, I mean the Outlanders. It isn't too far-fetched to believe that at some point a giant storm hit the area and killed everybody. I wouldn't think it's that far-fetched to believe. Next piece of evidence we have to support it is there's no more Norwegians in Vigor. Again, you can kind of pull with this a bit. If you believe that the hunters and the preppers are both Norwegian, there's really nothing wrong with that. But this theory still works even if they both are. The preppers easily could have been in their underground bunkers and survived the radiation waves. And the preppers could have easily just been too far north and this storm never hit them. But you can believe what you want to believe here. The next thing that, for me, proves that the radiation storm really hit was the fact that post-war, or post-nuclear war, there are still some newspapers running around that aren't running around now. The greatest example is Grantheim News. Grantheim News is still publishing about post-war events, even after the nukes have fallen, but they are really going to be silenced by the time Vigor starts, which seems to suggest that a giant radiation storm just swooped in and killed them all. And if you're really doubting, Grantheim News is an excellent example. No matter how hard you look on Grantheim, you're not going to find a man making newspapers. You may find an Outlander, but he is not making newspapers. He is faking. He is lying to you. He is deceiving. Okay, moving on. The next thing I have to stay here. So we've already established this first radiation storm. I don't really think anyone's going to disagree. If you disagree, fine. I'm not going to argue with you. You can believe what you want to believe. But there is a second, more far-fetched idea with this radiation storm, in that there is a second one. There is a time frame between this theoretical first radiation storm and the beginning of 1.0. Now, if you're kind of confused about what I'm saying, let me explain. 1.0 is viewed by me and some others in the lore community as being very separated from the events before 1.0 for two main reasons. One, this is kind of the last time that new founders are going to be made, and to explain that in the lore, something must have happened to stop new founders, meaning that it's really settled now. The second reason that this is a very distinct time from before 1.0 is the Lost Patrol and the Vigor ARG. Vigor ARG is the first time we really get coordination between the radio lady and the people, the Lost Patrol, and a lot of other stuff that I will cover all in a future video. But if 1.0 is truly separated from 0.9 in a major way lore-wise, the only explanation for something that could have really driven that wedge that hard would be a radiation storm. I also think radiation storm is a good explanation because your inventory was wiped. But if we want to talk about inventory wipes, one could technically argue that 0.4 had a radiation storm. And I don't really want to argue that because that doesn't really make sense to me. I might be hypocritical right now, but I don't really care. It's not that I don't care because I don't care. It's that I don't really think you can just say because items are wiped, there's a radiation storm. I think there has to be more, and I think with 1.0 there is more. But I'm not going to go into that in this video simply for the fact of I have more I want to say about 1.0 and 0.9. in the future. If you're looking forward to what I have to say in the future or some other lore videos, make sure you hit that subscribe. I very much appreciate it. We hit 300 sometime. I'm sorry. We were supposed to do a 300 sub special, but I didn't do it. I'm sorry. But this has been Christopher Beast, and I'll see y'all next time.